Our coverage of the NFL brings us to the southern end of the Tar Heel State and to this beautiful venue, Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Glad you could join us, football fans, as we get ready for kickoff. It's Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt up in the booth. And Brock, I want you to take us back down to the field. When you were a player, what are these moments like just before the game begins and you take the field for the first time?
Well, you wish you could hit fast forward. You wish you could just get to this, right? Because you are so ready to go. You've done all your work over the course of the week. And I think this is where it is a little different than maybe my era a couple of decades ago. These guys visualize. These guys self-talk. There is so much mental work being done. They've already played this game in their mind in many ways, and they're just ready to go.
All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. Throwing on their first play. Working it up to the 44.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback in his man or zone. Same for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
Left side, complete. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
3 yards.
This one goes for 3 yards. That's good for a Saints first down.
A gain of 3 on the play. First down, Saints.
Now Hill. He's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down.
Second and 1.
It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Just a yard left to go on second down. This is Alvin Kamara with it. Has some space inside the 35. He is down to the 30-yard line.
13 yards.
It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
We call that a table setter right there. Table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground, and you know that's going to set the table for some great play action things to come.
Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they face second down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans.
A gain of 16 yards.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
That's the initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Brings up second and 11. At the 15-yard line.
Left and pulled in by Cup. He'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
Complete to number 7. A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
84 here on third down. This is going to be the 9th play of this drive.
Let's go.
Hill to throw. Thomas Lance. This drive is going to continue. He's taken down to 2 on third down. They've got themselves a first and goal. Set to throw. Hill escapes the pocket. And he makes the play. Steps in. That's a touchdown. The Saints finish up an excellent opening series.
Cameron Dicker.
They couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Is this at the 6? He's out of bounds up across the 25.
Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Carolina offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Here goes Hunt.
Big play. He scampers ahead and gets to the carry.
That's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. And lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Lady.
On the gun, Donald. Nice game left side. He's going to get this one under enemy territory to the 47. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
First and 10, it's over. Looks like about 6, second down and 30.
This does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Out of the gun, here's Donald. On the move, hit right. Defensive play, Charlie loose, incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short? Darnold. He's out of bounds on the final play of our opening quarter. So that's one quarter gone in a battle of NFC South rivals. It's the Saints setting the pace so far. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. We're ready to go with the second quarter. It's Panthers football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Made by Chihuahua. He's knocked down on that 18-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Panthers first.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
It's Hubbard on the game. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Now Darnold. Force that to his right. Trying to get away from the pass, but he can't, and they drop it. And this defense going to try to hang on to that momentum, Brock, as they go for another stop on 3rd down.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Here's Grant. He has the Carolina touchdown. The Panthers finish up their opening drive. Chihuahua with the touchdown. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock, getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s when you start to see these running backs not just take the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. That's well done.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Starting at the 10. Let's mix it up to the 25.
Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's 1st and 10. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. First down, no gain on that 1st down line. Now the Saints hustling people forward. They need to get set.
2nd and 10.
Here.
The 26-yard line.
It's made. He's going to work this one out to the 28. Taking on that play by Isaiah Simmons.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular. When the back ended up being the target, we were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Completed to his running back. That stop just shy of the marker. 4th down.
It's 4th down.
We're going for this. And it's incomplete. They just want their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on down.
Result of the play is
You
a
know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a
down.
defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and it's exactly what they do.
They move him down after the play reaches the 26.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire written, that pass can come in there. There's nothing.
It's intercepted. And the Saints get the football on the first turnover of the contest. Well, Brock, they could have gone wrong to set up third and short, or they could air it out and try for more. They picked the latter, and the coverage was ready for it.
Sure was, Kate, and this is why I play in this position. You've got to have a shooting move. You must force it. The decision to be aggressive. I always fall on that side of the coin, but when you throw a pick in that situation, such a manageable second down, well, you've got to learn from it, move on, and certainly flush it away.
He'll get this to cut. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. And the Saints hustling people forward. They need to get set.
At the 45-yard line.
Throwing his heel. There's a man underneath. It's Camaro. He's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49.
Gain of 6.
The Saints call for a timeout, so they're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before
First and
halftime.
10 at the 49-yard
Just a yard shy of midfield. First and 10. Takes the handoff. Now to throw. Gets it to the and their next snap is going to come from the red zone block. He's down at that 17-yard line.
32 yards.
We have a timeout here. Second one taken by New Orleans.
First down.
And they still have one in their pocket
It's a
for what's
gain of
left of this
32.
half.
And the
Taking
Saints
touchdown here
first
after that
down.
big play. We've got first and 10 from the red zone. Looking inside the red zone. We'll dump this one off to his running back. Complete. This is down all the way to the 3. Offense letting the clock reach 3 seconds as they take the timeouts. And they can try a field goal now before halftime. Here comes the final play of our first half. Throwing here just before halftime. And he will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints take a lead on the final play of the half.
New Orleans.
Manage that clock beautifully down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
Dicker on now for the PAT.
Extra point.
And his kick is good. What an ending to our opening half as they take the lead. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this.
Cameron
Dicker all
to
lined
kick
up and
off.
ready to boot it away. Here's a return from the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Panthers look just about ready. First and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. They're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
It's a gain of 28
Man, I
yards.
don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens is you get a quarterback that lowers his head, catches the defense with one of the biggest wins of the game. He takes away the pass. But you can't stop QB run.
They do get him down, but the damage is
It's a
done.
gain of
This gets down
18.
inside the 35-yard line.
That's another
New
Panthers
set of downs for him
first
from the
down.
31.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
First and 10. Darnold. Connects with the crosser. This is good. He's knocked down on that 18-yard line.
14 more yards.
It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Panthers first
You know,
down.
Kate, you'll find teams go to
First
this
and 10
crossing
at
route
the
concept
18-yard line.
sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play. Just like that.
He's able to manage a couple on that run.
Carl Granderson on the tackle. A gain of 2 brings up
Need a
second
better result
and
than
8
that last
at
run.
the
It's
Saints'
second and
15-yard
8.
line.
They're going to fly for the gun. And he scores. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers climb to the lead coming into halftime. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel of making it a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
The Panthers tie things up at 14. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. They'll start things off with a run by Kamara. He's brought down as the drive starts out in a 4-yard game.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground, you can throw beyond the sticks, really create some indecision now defensively.
Putting the tight end in motion. Give on second to Kamara. Stop tackle again at 2. That's going to be a 3rd down.
Isaiah Simmons on the tackle. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Here's Hill now. Dave Jones to his running back. And this nearly got there, but he hit the sideline just short. This is going to be 4th and about a yard to go.
A 2-yard gain.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Back to throw it. Runs it beyond the marker. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
3 yards.
Well, that was a big 3-yard gain because of instead of a turnover on downs, partner, it gets him the
It's
1st.
a gain of 3. 1st down, Saints.
Let's go. Hawk 7, Hawk.
That excitement brings us to the end of the quarter. They'll have a shiny new set of downs to play with to start the 4th. It's still a tie ball game, 14 points apiece as we get ready for the 4th. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
60 Bison.
Hill. And he takes it across midfield into the Panthers territory.
6-yard pickup.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Kamara. He's going to hold it up for gain 2, so no shot at that marker. 3rd down coming up.
At the 44-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play.
Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it 40 yards to reset the downs. Looking to throw. Negative down by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
1st down.
We've reached the 2-minute warning from Charlotte.
1st down.
Saints pushing to get within range for a game winner. New set of downs from 37.
Cougar 19.
He'll the throw. He'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
Number 7.
So after the 2-minute warning, another stoppage here. Defense is calling time. 1:55 to go.
Panthers 33-yard
2nd and 6 coming up here. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. He stopped just shy of that 1st down at the 28. 3rd down upcoming.
Brought down at the 28.
Whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go.
And it's 3rd.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
It's coming out on 3rd down. The rookie gets it line run. They needed one, but they're going to lose one on that play. It's 4th down.
It's
Yeah, the
4th
Panthers
down.
decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. No kicker out there, so instead of a 46-yard field goal effort, they're going for it. Now to throw. And they can't run him down until he gets considerable gamble to go for it there on fourth down, Brock. They're moving the chains. Kamara now on first and 10. Good forward about 5 yards, looks like. It's second down now.
Almost 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means. One that keeps you on schedule, it takes some of the starch out of that front seven.
Another game to Kamara. And continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's a middle drill right there. That was textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life in the room.
And he was well clear of that marker. That athlete's going to set them up with a first and goal. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that will set up first and goal.
Saints. First down. First and goal at the 5
One
yard
final
line.
seconds on that clock. There's a timeout. We'll have to wait just a touch longer to close this one out. So it's all coming down to a try from Cameron Dicker. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. The kick is good. He got it. And he trails the chip shot to win them this game. So this a win on the road for the Saints. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it.